The Book of John, chapter 3. There was a man named Nicodemus. Nicodemus was one of the Pharisees. He was an important Jewish leader. One night, Nicodemus came to Jesus. Nicodemus said, "Teacher, we know that you are a teacher sent from God. No person can do these miracles. No person can do these miracles that you do without God's help." Jesus answered, "I tell you the truth. A person must be born again. If a person is not born again, then that person cannot be in God's kingdom." Nicodemus said, "But if a person is already old, how can he be born again? A person cannot enter his mother's body again, so a person cannot be born a second time." Jesus answered, "I tell you the truth. A person must be born from water and the Spirit. If a person is not born from the water and the Spirit, then he cannot enter God's kingdom. A person's body is born from his human parents, but a person's spiritual life is born from the Spirit. Don't be surprised that I told you, you must be born again. The wind blows where it wants to go. You hear the wind blow, but you don't know where the wind comes from or where the wind is going. It is the same with every person that is born from the Spirit." Nicodemus asked, "How can all this be possible?" Jesus said, "You are an important teacher of Israel, but you still don't understand these things? I tell you the truth. We talk about what we know. We tell about what we have seen, but you people don't accept what we tell you. I have told you about things here on earth, but you do not believe me. So surely you will not believe me if I tell you about the things of heaven. The only one that has ever gone up to heaven is the one that came down from heaven, the Son of Man. Moses lifted up the snake in the desert. It is the same with the Son of Man. The Son of Man must be lifted up too. Then every person that believes in the Son of Man can have life forever. Yes, God loved the world so much that he gave his only Son. God gave his Son so that every person that believes in him would not die, but have life forever. God sent his Son into the world. God did not send his Son to judge the world guilty. God sent his Son so the world could be saved through his Son. The person that believes in God's Son is not judged, but the person that does not believe is already judged. Why? Because that person has not believed in God's only Son. People are judged by this fact. The light has come into the world, but people did not want the light. They wanted darkness. Why? Because they were doing evil things. Every person that does evil hates the light. That person will not come to the light. Why? Because then the light will show all the bad things he has done. But the person that follows the true way comes to the light. But the light will show that the things that person has done were done by God. After this, Jesus and his followers went into the area of Judea. There, Jesus stayed with his followers and baptized people. John was also baptizing people in Aenon. Aenon is near Salim. John was baptizing there because there was plenty of water. People were going there to be baptized. This happened before John was put into prison. Some of John's followers had an argument with another Jew. They were arguing about religious washing. So the followers came to John. They said, "Teacher, remember the man that was with you on the other side of the Jordan River? He is the man you were telling people about. That man is baptizing many people, and many people are going to him." John answered, "A man can get only what God gives him. You yourselves heard me say, I am not the Christ. I am only the one that God sent to prepare the way for him. The bride always belongs to the bridegroom. The friend that helps the bridegroom just waits and listens. He's happy just to hear the bridegroom talk. That's how I feel now. I'm so happy that he, Jesus, is here. He must become more and more important, and I must become less important." The one Jesus, that comes from above is greater than all other people. The person that is from the earth belongs to the earth. The person talks about things that are on the earth. But the one, Jesus, that comes from heaven is greater than all other people. Jesus tells what he has seen and heard, but people don't accept what he says. The person that accepts what Jesus says has given proof that God speaks the truth. God sent Jesus, and he tells the things that God says. God gives him the Spirit fully. The Father loves the Son. The Father has given the Son power over everything. The person that believes in the Son has life forever, but the person that does not obey the Son will never have that life. God's anger stays with that person.